So the drivers for Minimax now leave the pre-grid and head on to their first lap before the first of 2 laps. Sighting, then formation. Here's your grid. So on pole position will be the 174 of Hugo Gütel, and alongside will be Moritz Wolber in the 115. Montego Maassen in the 111 will have Mikko Mikov in the 102 alongside for company on row 2. Tom Müller and Jonas Ungnada in the 122 and the 158 respectively. That is row number 3. Row 4 sees Adrien Hoare in the 103 and Maximilian Schreier in the 166 alongside. David Jehuk in the 121 and Leandro Fischer in the 136 round out the top 10 positions. David Schnell and in the 112 and Austin Lee in the 107 will complete the 12 strong. Austin Lee did win the race but looks to have had a post-race penalty. So 9 minutes plus an additional lap set on the clock. And now the field starts to slow down and get everyone, as we've had a spinner on the formation lap and another spinner through turns 5 into 7. So the drivers now having to try and get themselves back into their relevant positions as quickly as possible. And one of which was the 122 of Tom Müller, who will start on the inside of row number 3. The red light's now illuminated on the starting gantry just above the Digi flag. So there's Gütel, Wolber, Maassen, Mikov, Müller, Ungnada, Hoare, Schreier, Jehuk, Fischer, Schnell and Lee. That is the full lineup of 12 Minimax competitors who now make their way through the penultimate corner. So we get set for race 2 for Minimax. They come around the final corner. They now start moving into the tram lines. Very difficult to see with the wet weather being as hefty as it has been as the revs rise. Lights go out. We do go racing as it is nearly 3 abreast heading into turn through the right-hand kink at turn 1. And the drivers just trying to watch, have the spatial awareness around each other. But already Austin Lee from the back of the grid has actually shot his way up the field. He's up into 5th place before we've even hit the infield. So real good turn of pace from the 107, who is now up into 4th place, having got past the 111 of Montego Maassen. As the 2 drivers leading the way, Hugo Gütel and also Moritz Wolber, will now start coming under pressure from those behind, especially if Austin Lee manages to get up into 3rd position, which now he is trying to do and trying to get up the inside of Mikko Mikov, and the pair do nearly touch. As Gütel now trying to get a breakaway, as Austin Lee looking towards the inside for 3rd position. Up the inside goes the 107. So Gütel continuing to lead, Wolber 2nd, Austin Lee from 12th on the grid by the end of the first lap up into 3rd position, and is trying to chase the front runners down. In his wake he's got Mikko Mikov in the 102, the 111 of Montego Maassen, and then the 158 of Jonas Ungnada. As Montego Maassen trying to do a move up the inside of the 102 of Mikko Mikov, but could not get the use the opportunity to an advantage. But the two leaders now starting to battle away. The gap between them was 1.339 seconds, as now Austin Lee really sensing a good opportunity here. Mikko Mikov now keeping Montego Masson and Jonas Ugnada at bay for what is fourth position on the road, as Austin Lee gets up the inside of Moritz Volber for second position coming through the final chicane, and nearly loses out the position in the process going towards the penultimate corner. As I think I do spot, unfortunately, that Leandro Fischer might be up at the outside of the penultimate corner, as Austin Lee now is in second position ahead of Moritz Volber, with Gütel leading by about 0.7 of a second. But in the treacherous conditions that we've got, it is about who has the best setup, which can help with regards to pace, as Austin Lee now closing on the leader. And from fourth to sixth position, it's Mikko Mikov, Montego Masson and Jonas Ugnada that are battling away for that. David Schnell has got past Adrien Rohr, as Leandro Fischer and David Schurk have been confirmed as retirements, as Montego Masson goes up the inside of Mikko Mikov, up into who now loses another place. And that was Ugnada, I think, that got in there and managed to get past. But no, hang on a second, that's actually Austin Lee, who has dropped down out of second position, now trying to fight back, and has dropped down to fifth place. So 10 out of the 12 drivers still circulating. We have 5 minutes and 23 seconds, plus an additional lap still to go. Leading the way, it is still Hugo Gütel. Moritz Volber now second. Montego Masson now past Mikko Mikov, who was running the back bumper of the 111 going through the right-hand kink. And then the approach down towards turn 2. Austin Lee very much still in this, but possibly not for a potential victory. The 107 is ahead of Jonas Ugnada in the 158. So the two leaders. Well, I was looking at the gap between Volber and Montego Masson, and the gap last time around was 1.964 seconds, as Austin Lee trying to get past Mikko Mikov and gets up the inside, uses a tighter line. We've had a 5-second penalty issued to Maximilian Schreier in the 166, who is currently still the last of the drivers, as we have had a spinner, and that might have been possibly Tom Müller going in towards the final part of the track itself, as the 102 of Mikko Mikov is now battling away with the 158 of Jonas Ugnada. So Gütel leads Volber by just over 0.9 of a second, as Austin Lee trying to look to go up the inside of Jonas Ugnada. And the pair nearly collide coming through turn 3. So the 166 of Maximilian Schreier has been given a 5-second pushing penalty, as again Ugnada not letting go of positions, as Austin Lee trying to fight back. Ugnada hits the curbs quite significantly there, going through into the left at turn 5, but Austin Lee not close enough to capitalise. So we've got just under 3.5 minutes plus an additional lap. There are squabbles at the bottom part of the top 6 positions, as Montego Masson looking a little bit lonely in third place at the minute, but Jonas Ugnada still keeping ahead of the 107 from Karchmi.de, who is trying to close up going into the next corner and has not made up the position. No matter how hard that Austin Lee tries, Ugnada is still able to counter-attack. So the gap between Hugo Gütel and Moritz Volber now is just over half a second. Masson in third. Ugnada still battling away with Austin Lee, who looks to have gotten up the inside and now taken fourth position in the 107. Ugnada now chasing the 107 of Austin Lee down and goes side by side in the approach into turn 5. Lee has got the inside line and keeps the position, as Mikko Mikov still not out of this battle. So it is sometimes between when one driver will try a different racing line in wet weather conditions, and that will allow the tyres to grip quite well. And when they power out of the corners, you get the look of a kart that's really cornering very well, and it's got the perfect balance of traction and adhesion. But the first two drivers still, it is Hugo Gütel leading the way. Moritz Volber still trying to close up in second position as they come out of the final corner. They'll start lap number 7. So lap 6 in the books. Gap between first and second now nigh on over doubled. 1.149 seconds between Gütel and Volber. Muelsen in third. Austin Lee in fourth place. Jonas Ungrada now up into now in fifth position ahead of Mikko Mikov. Adrian Rohr in the 103, still in seventh position. Tom Müller crosses the line in eighth place ahead of David Schnell in the 112, with Maximilian Schreier still circulating in the 166. So just over 60 seconds of this race remaining. So Gütel looks to be on course to just keep that lead. And next time around, when they cross the line, with just under 30 seconds on the clock remaining, Hugo Gütel has a lead of just under 1.3 seconds over Moritz Volber. Montego Masson and Austin Lee. Looks to be a little bit closer between the pair of them at the moment. But Austin Lee will fast run out of time to try and get a top 3 finish in this race, and will have another chance at a potential victory later on this afternoon. Ungrada rounds out the top 5. Mikko Mikov in 6th in the 102, the 103 of Adrian Rohr. In 7th ahead of Tom Müller and David Schnell in the 112, rounding out the top 9. With Maximilian Schreier still circulating, so still 10 drivers looking to complete this 9-minute plus 1 additional lap race. And there has been a bit of a development at the front of the field, I think. It looks like Hugo Gütel might be coming under fire now from Moritz Volber. So it looks like Gütel has had a very difficult lap last time around. And that is the case. Looks like Moritz Volber will try and close. And the gap now down to 0.3 of a second. A 1 minute 13.5 for Gütel, and Volber did a 1 minute 12.558. Nigh on just under 7 thousandths off of it, exactly a second quicker, as now they head towards the infield for the final time. So Gütel is going to have to try and hang on for the next few corners. So just a few more corners remain of the race, and Hugo Gütel will now try and power away from Moritz Volber. Montego Masson is only 1.5 seconds behind this battle as they now go down the back straightaway. So 2 more corners to go. Gütel now just needs to get a good run out of the final turn. And let's see. Yep, hangs on for the win here in race 2 for Minimax. Moritz Volber will finish 0.637 seconds behind in second position. Montego Masson rounds out the top 3. Austin Lee from 12th on the grid will finish in 4th place. 3.946 seconds off of the leaders. A bit of sportsmanship there. Nice to see from Hugo Gütel and Moritz Volber. Jonas Ungrada in the 158 rounds out the top 5 ahead of Mikko Mikov. Adrian Rohr in the 103 will take 7th. Ahead of Tom Müller in the 122 in 8th place, with David Schnell taking 9th. We just wait for one more driver to come across the start-finish line, which will be the 166 of Germany's Maximilian Schreier. And unfortunately, on the very first lap, both David Jehook and Leandro Fischer both not finishing the race.